On today's episode of That Was Us, we're diving into Season 4, Episode 13, A Hell of a Week, Part 3. This time, the focus is on Kate. As she heads to a retreat for parents of visually impaired children and Toby stays behind, the fate of her marriage weighs on her mind. Through flashbacks, we see younger Kate navigating a toxic relationship with Marc.
Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, it's good to see you all.
Good to see you too.
Always a pleasure to talk a little about That Was Us. But we have a special guest here with us today who just read that intro marvelously. Miss Hannah Zeile is in the house.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
How you doing, sister?
I'm doing good. I'm so excited to be. It was fun doing it over the Zoom, but I feel
so
excited
no, we
to be
need
here
you in person.
We need the energy.
In
and
the
also,
room.
let me tell you guys how this young lady came into the room.
Oh, yeah.
She's stunting.
Yeah.
Eyebrows freshly done.
On point.
Yep.
Okay. Show them the nails, girl. Point to look at your camera. Come on now.
Yeah.
Look at
She's
that.
got her
Spooky
nails.
season.
We got the Louis
Spooky
Vuitton
season.
tennis shoes on back there.
She's got the Labubu.
We got a little boo-boo on the Prada bag, baby.
Yeah.
She
came to play.
She was like, yeah, I'm on camera.
Yeah.
This is how I roll.
I didn't come to play today, guys.
Yeah.
You
No.
look
You've-
good.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank
joining
you.
us. Thank you for talking a little. This is us with us. And before we get into the granular of the episode, I'm curious, just like in terms of your reminiscing, general thoughts on the reminiscing of this episode, what came to mind immediately? Thoughts, feelings, etc.
Yeah, I thought it was really fun to like it's such a different perspective to watch it like removed from it than like because I used to go every Tuesday and watch with my mom.
Okay.
That was like our tradition.
Yeah.
But it was still so fresh. So it was fun to like go back and rewatch and have
Yeah.
new perspective on it.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
This one was so special to me because I got to work with Justin Hartley
Yes.
when he
He
directed.
directed it, yeah.
Yes.
Right.
And it
Yeah.
was so fun. I felt the same way when you directed, Chris. It's like obviously we spent a lot of time all together, but like I didn't get to work with a lot of
Yeah.
people
Right.
because
Sure.
of all the time jumping.
Right.
So that was the first thing I remember was like how special it was to get to work with Justin and how cool it is to have someone that's like so involved in the making of the show. So he knew exactly what direction to give, what to say, like
Yeah.
from an actor's perspective, but also someone
Yeah.
that cares so much about the show
Yeah.
because he's
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
So
Totally.
We've commented several times about how astute he is at the what's the he's very concise in his direction. And,
Yes.
and you and I had noticed like he'll come in and he'll figure out like not the direction to give, but just the right question to ask.
exactly.
Yeah.
An actor.
Yeah.
Like, hey, what would it be like if blank was happening right now?
I agree.
And
he'd
then just like
leave it.
disappear.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
backtrack.
Just leave
Fall
it.
back into the
Yeah, yeah,
discipline.
yeah.
He also, I feel like he brought a lot of levity filming this episode because
Yes.
obviously the whole storyline with Marc was very heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Did it
so
feel heavy to you? I thought it was.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
thot it was hilarious. Not at
No,
all.
no.
He did not.
Not-
Sterling has
not
been
at all.
beside himself for all of
Just
these.
real quick, like I believe Austin. I never got a chance to talk to Austin on set,
Right.
so I've only
Right.
saw him in performance.
only as Marc.
I hate him.
Yeah.
From the get-go.
Yeah.
I hate
From
him
the
so
jump.
much, and I'm gonna need you to bounce me out and tell me good things about Austin because I hate Marc.
It's
so
funny
much.
because that's what I remember having a conversation with him saying like that's just attesting to how great of an actor
Yeah.
you are
Yeah.
because everybody hates you and thinks
Yeah.
you are evil.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're just doing your job so
Yeah.
well. He's
Yeah.
like phenomenally talented.
He's wonderful.
So
Last episode, we're saying it feels like they got some scumbag to come work with all these actors.
Yeah, like he's not an
Yes.
actor. He's
Like-
just
No,
like
fully.
a
Like, where'd they get
douchebag.
this
and he just
scumbag
embodies
boyfriend.
Yeah.
because he was coming like I remember when I heard who had booked the role, I was looking and he had just come off like Euphoria where
Yeah.
he was playing the polar opposite,
totally
like the
opposite
insecure,
character.
like
Yes.
really sweet, like
Yeah.
trying to get the girl, but she's not interested.
Right.
And then he came
got
rolled
it.
into set like in character, greasy hair, just being an
Yeah.
asshole. I'm like, this guy really can transform,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
because he's unbelievably
He's
talented. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a quick question. Euphoria?
No.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
There's so much I haven't seen, Hannah, and they just like to razz me
Is
about
that like
it.
an ongoing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Got
Yeah.
it. Yep.
It's becoming one of my
Just add
favorite
it to the
features.
list.
Have you seen Euphoria?
No.
Okay. Oh,
No?
He's with you. Okay, he's with you
You
this
know,
time.
well, I'll say this
Okay.
about Euphoria. It's hard for parents.
There's
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah.
There's a lot we've missed. Period.
Sure.
Off television
Yeah.
in the last 5 years.
Right.
Yeah, correct.
Right.
Don't have the bandwidth.
Fair enough. Completely fair enough. Okay. Justin was great in the episode. Austin is a good guy. Great to hear it. And a wonderful actor. We can all attest to that.
We're
right?
coming for you, Austin.
Yeah,
If
we
you're
gotta get
listening,
him. We
you're-
gotta
you're
nail
coming-
him down to come.
Listen,
in.
You're
Yeah.
coming in here.
Because
Yeah.
next week
Yeah.
is, anyway.
Yeah.
All right. So Let's start. We have young Kate comes in from the last episode, and she's like, "We have a problem." We see Jack
Little
and
baby
Kate together.
Kate.
Yeah,
Oh my goose.
she wants a mommy story. Everybody loves a good mommy story.
Yeah.
Mommy's
Mommy's sick.
knocked out on cough medicine.
Yeah, you know
Yeah.
what I'm
For
saying.
3 episodes now.
For 3 episodes.
Nice.
Some strong
That's a long time.
tussin.
Yeah.
That's a long time. Strong tussin.
Did you get a little vacation in during these episodes? Where'd you go? What were you doing?
I
now?
was in this
She
episode.
was in the episode.
A lot.
A lot.
I was
She-
in prosthetics in a
she is-
fucking pool.
In the
Oh, that's
pool,
right.
yeah.
That's right.
Gotta
That's right.
say, isn't that great? Sorry, and we'll get to it soon. The logistics of getting in a pool and be like, I can't get any of this shit wet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
It's just like
what'd you say?
the
Like,
tip of
just
your
like-
bob.
like
The
I
tip
can't
of
turn.
your bob was like resting
Yeah.
on the top, and
oh
that
my
was
God.
it.
And I just remember Michael in the hair department, like, don't get the wig wet.
Right.
Yeah, oh yeah. And you standing
It's
there
just
being
like-
like, "The swimming is so fun." Isn't swimming
And that's
nice?
how everybody does it, right?
Right.
I mean, it was also raining.
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Oh, yeah.
oh, great.
So the wig was it was misting, I should say.
Okay.
But you could see there were heavier drops on the pool that they had to cut around for sure in
Yeah.
editing. But still, like the thought of the wig getting wet, the makeup getting wet, like all of
Right.
it was.
Yeah.
And it was freezing.
What's,
We were in
Yes.
Palos
what's
Verdes.
the name of
and
the resort again? Do you remember?
Terranea.
Terranea. You been there?
I don't
It's
think I have.
great.
It
great.
is. Get the kids too.
Okay.
Take the whole family.
Yeah.
It is like being.
It's like a
on a
great
European
staycation.
coast.
Yeah, it's
Terranea.
beautiful.
Okay.
You feel like you're on an Italian coastline somewhere.
Anna, we need to go to
It's
Terranea.
Yeah.
gorgeous. But yeah, it was freezing. It was December, right before a holiday break.
Yeah.
Lord have
And we were like
mercy.
outside shooting.
In the middle
yeah,
of the night.
it was a lot. Anyway,
Yeah.
we'll get the
Cold plunge. Cold plunge. This is good for the system. Anyway, wants a mommy story. He gets her to tell him a story, right? And she
Yeah.
starts telling her story,
It's
and she
called Dad Do Jujitsu.
yeah. She's like, well,
Oh,
let's flip it like that, right? So she pictures a hero, and the hero's a girl in the forest, and she meets a prince, and she's the
The girl
hero.
in the
she's
story,
the girl in the
yeah.
forest, and the prince is
His
her
dad.
Yeah.
is Jack, who helps her find a surprise, right? Do we stick with the whole dream, or do you want to go back and forth? You guys tell me.
We can just stick with this, right? Might as-
Isabella is so cute.
She's
so
adorable.
so
Ugh.
baby
She's
Kate.
adorable. Okay, so wait, hon. I'll have Jack and Kate. The little girl and Prince see flowers. And Jack says, "Are they poisonous?" And she's like, "No, Daddy, I like the flowers." And then Jack says, "Well, this says things that you like can be bad for you." So I think it's like I have to like remember like how the stories intertwine is really
Yeah.
good because it's like, oh, that's an interesting setup. Like, yeah, I like flowers too. And he's like, well, not everything that you like
Yeah.
is always good for you.
Right.
Right? And remember that when you turn 19 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Take me with you.
How old are you in your timeline? Is it
19.
like first year college, right? When
Yeah.
she would have been at
Would have been
Yeah.
in college. Yep.
Would have gone to college.
Anyway, we won't even get into all that right now. We go back to the story with Jack and Kate, and they come upon a dark cave dripping with water.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very interesting out of context. Because it informs water that we see later on in the show. Then Jack and Kate, the prince disappears, and she enters the cave by herself.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, Dad, do you remember the surprise? You know what I'm looking to find? Oh, so Jack falls asleep on the story time. And she's like, you fall asleep on my story? And it turns out when the little girl goes into the cave and she comes out on the other side, what she was looking for the whole time was her mommy.
Yeah. Don't think that didn't make me cry.
Yeah.
I was like,
Did it get you?
Yeah.
It is,
it hits different now.
it hits different. I'm sure, because yeah, right, you got kids. You got
But
three of
especially
them.
is it different now with a daughter?
Yes,
Specifically,
totally. And just like thinking about Kate and Rebecca's complicated relationship, thinking about my own relationship with my mom, which isn't always the easiest,
Yeah.
and just like forecasting like
Right.
what are the turbulent waters I'm going to swim in with Lou, and like what's how's that all going to unfold is
Right.
just it's interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah. But you're right. It is out of context. It's a little
It's all good. That's why I was
strange.
asking you if we should do that. But the last part of that storyline, just to finish it off, is Jack puts her to sleep. He gets in bed with his wife. And I have a question to you guys because he says a line to Rebecca, like his last line before they're, and you see it, you hear it as she's driving to the cabin. does anybody know what the last thing is that he says?
You couldn't understand it?
I couldn't understand it, and it felt like it was important because the next cut is you driving to the cabin in the past. So if anybody has, like, he whispers something as he gets in bed. One night, you're the real hero. That's what it is. Yeah. You're the real hero.
Well,
because then we'll
you're
see
wrong.
what happens in the next episode as we're galvanizing to head to the cabin to check on you, right? So that's what happens there.
Yep.
What's the next one you guys want to do? Look, I'm putting my phone down.
How about Toby and Kate?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Oh,
What do you got?
boy.
Toby and Kate, present day.
Yeah, man.
Things fall apart.
Let's talk about the energy that young Sullivan has to bring into this, because like there are times in which, as an actor, Hannah, you get to do it from time to time. Randall gets to do it from time to time, where you are tasked with being the agitator. And not that you're like sort of like playing agitator like directly, but like friction has to come from somewhere. It's not a drama without some sort of, conflict or what have you. When you are tasked with being the person that's sort of driving the conflict, whether it's you with your mom back in the day and sort of things, like do you have any feelings about it one way or the other? It's like, this is my job, this is what I'm supposed to do. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, I mean, as we get into the storylines with you and your brothers, I mean, there's a lot of that going on.
Yeah.
Right.
That was for you.
Oh.
Because right now we're talking about Toby.
Yeah.
But I was just trying to include the guest. Sorry.
We'll come back to the guest.
Listen, you
Like, do you find it challenging in those
edit it
moments?
out.
Because when I watch it, it's like, I do understand both perspectives. I do want Toby, obviously, like, get it together, man, like, shake it off.
Yeah.
Right.
Be there for your family.
Yeah.
Prioritize them over work. But I do understand, as we alluded to in the last episode, like, there is grief, and he's very much allowed that. Do you know what I mean? Like, the expectation you have going into parenthood and the reality not matching that. And specifically in the case of this family, what you're sort of grieving, not being able to watch Rick and Morty, not being able to watch, like sharing Star Wars, sharing football games, like the things that really matter to you, not being able to share that with your child is something to
I think it's
grieve.
I think the entirety of this storyline or this transition in their relationship is about that stage in a grown person's life where you have to begin to hold the duality of everything at the same time. I see it a lot in my friends as I think it's what creates midlife crisis.
Sure.
For people.
Yeah.
I see it happening a lot now as my friends hit 40, is where you have these moments in life that are full of grief and full of joy.
Yeah.
And how do you pay them both attention? We've talked about it a lot. I mean, that's what this show for me is about, is learning how to do that. And Toby has a hard time doing that because he gets stuck in the
one
grief.
or the other,
He gets, or in the mania or the humor or the whatever it is, but to be able to hold both and honor both and navigate them in any kind of healthy way is tricky. The other part about this relationship is and even for me, I get frustrated in my own life with myself and with others where I'm like, yeah, your feelings are valid. Also, get over it. But please feel the way you want to feel. But you know how you should, right? You know you should be feeling, right? But no, please. I honor your feelings. You know what I mean? Like, and round we go. It's like, come on. Like, I get Kate being like, I get it, bro. Yeah. He has a hard time seeing things.
Yeah. Just come to this camp as a family.
Right.
Get your head
this retreat
out of your ass.
Right.
And join the family. So oftentimes, the like you said, there has to be conflict for there to be drama.
Yeah.
And a perfect conflict is relationship. Yeah. And so this husband and wife are essentially two debate team members who have taken up opposite sides of this emotional debate. Yeah. And here's how it plays out.
And we find them in bed. And Toby's on the computer and he is smiling.
Mm-hmm. Yes, because in the last episode, we've discovered that Baby Jack has a little bit of vision.
That's right.
Yeah.
He can see these
shadows
lights.
And lights. Yeah,
these lights. And so now Toby's got something to hold on to.
Yeah.
He's trying to swing back to the joyful side of the belief. And it's Kate's turn to be like...
to rain on the parade.
Yeah. Okay. But also, don't get too excited, Toby.
Yeah.
Because the person you're reading about, this article online that's giving you hope,
Right.
is
Was it a hereditary situation?
yeah, it's hereditary, and Toby is essentially like, would you just
Let me have this.
Right.
I'm trying to do what you asked me to do,
Yeah.
which is get happy.
Right.
Come on, get happy.
Yeah.
So let me just be here for a second.
Sure.
Rachel and I have this conflict all the time
This is legitimate.
because Rachel is pragmatic and she thinks far into the future, and I'm like now, like trying to like live fully in this moment, and we can struggle with that in our own life. I don't know if anybody. I don't know if that's relatable. Anybody else?
It is relatable. Sterling, what are you not saying?
I you know what I was actually, I wasn't thinking about the burden myself. I was actually thinking about like my mom's ALS. And, you know, it's interesting because people come in and be like, well, have you guys tried this? And, you know, I've heard this, you know, there's a procedure that they're doing now that does that, you know, and I'm like, oh man, that is something worth looking into. And then there's also the sort of like, you know, accepting what is in front of you. And I sort of like, and I've had this conversation with a friend of mine recently in life, and maybe it's midlife as well. What is the difference between acceptance and resignation? And how do you tell the difference between the two? Because sometimes you feel like you're giving up. And then sometimes you feel like, okay, I'm accepting what is.
Yeah.
Right.
And like it can be confusing sometimes. Truly.
It's that serenity prayer, right?
Yeah.
The courage to change the things I can, and
the wisdom to know the difference.
the wisdom to know, right?
Yeah.
Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And the wisdom to know the difference is the hardest part.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, should I be mustering my courage to try and change this? Is it changeable?
Yeah.
Right.
Or should I be in acceptance?
There you go.
And if you can't figure out the wisdom of the two, then it leads to a lot of guilt or a lot of shame or a lot of confusion. And it's hard.
It's hard to watch Kate and Toby at this juncture too, because they are just on two very different pages.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very different pages. And you're like, I don't know how this shifts. And I feel like it only, like this divide is only further solidified once Kate is packing for the retreat. Toby is on his phone. He's clearly frazzled. He's busy with work, and he kind of says as much, like, I'm missing a lot, like going on this retreat. And she's just sort of like, do you not want to go?
Right.
And he's like, no, I'm busy. I have a lot of, I have a lot on my plate right now. And she basically answers a phone call from her mom and is like, yeah, I don't think Toby's actually going to be able to go. And he's protesting, and she's like, just stop.
Yeah.
And then she more or less invites her mom.
Yep.
Her mom is more than happy to jump at the opportunity to spend some time with Jack and Kate.
She's got a brand new notepad.
She's got a brand new notepad and pen. She loves to take notes.
Can I say something real quick?
What?
Just going back to that. So she lets Toby off the hook, but before Gregory comes by and drops off a gift.
Oh,
for
as
Kate.
they're getting ready to go on the retreat.
As they're getting ready to go on the retreat.
A little beeper ball?
And there's something really lovely about how easy Toby goes and kisses his baby boy, right? I love you, etc. And then there's the bit of hesitation before going to kiss his wife.
Yeah.
And like, I was just like,
you're clocking all of these things, right?
It.
And
Well done,
not,
Christopher.
totally, because it's not until they get to the retreat and Kate starts talking to her mom, which we'll get to, about her relationship with Toby, that I realized, like, oh, they're really like truly not in a good place.
Yeah.
Like there's talk on the table of like, if things don't work out, I'm like, whoa, I don't even remember. I mean, vaguely I'm watching it, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm reminded of that. But it took watching it to remember,
hard to remember those things when you're hypothermic.
Yeah, when you're hypothermic and in prosthetics.
Yeah.
But it's
It's tense. It's uncomfortable
so
for everybody.
tense and so uncomfortable.
It's a tough time, you know, watching my brother and sister going through tough times, right?
Right.
More That Was Us after this short break. The holidays are wonderful, And of course, always a little chaotic between travel days, wrapping gifts, and trying to sneak in something healthy between cookies. I like to keep a few David protein bars in my bag all the time.
Amen.
We talk about this.
Yeah.
I got a couple
Everywhere.
in the car. I have a couple in my set bag. Like, they're just my favorite go-to snack.
It is such a, like, for me right now, going through this Achilles thing, making sure, like, sometimes you get hungry real quick and you want to reach and grab the closest thing.
Yeah.
And it's not always the healthiest thing. But if I got that David in my pocket,
Yeah.
I know I got something
right.
good in my
Is
system.
that a David in your pocket? Or are you just watching what you eat?
Anyway.
It's the easiest way to stay on track without overthinking it. Each David protein bar has 28 grams of protein, 0 grams of sugar, and only 150 calories. Literally the most protein for the fewest calories you will find anywhere.
Facts. And they actually taste good.
Oh, I love them.
Listen, I've tried a lot of protein bars, and most are packed with sugar or that chalky crap.
Ugh.
But David keeps it clean with simple ingredients that keep you full and satisfied while you're on the go. What's your favorite?
What is it? The peanut butter, like, crisp one? There's something.
Yeah.
There's 2 different peanut butter
chocolate
flavors.
Okay.
chip.
Peanut butter chocolate chip.
I
Yeah.
think that's the one too.
Yeah, I love
I
it.
vibe. I vibe.
That's mine
It's
right now.
kind of the perfect holiday companion. Easy to pack, no mess, and a small win in a season full of temptations. After weeks of being out of stock, David is officially back in stock on their website.
And they are offering our listeners a special deal. Buy 4 cartons and get the 5th free when you go to davidprotein.com/thatwasus. That's davidprotein.com/thatwasus. But do you prefer to shop in person? Because David is now in over 5,000 stores nationwide. Check out their store locator to find a location near you.
This time of year, we're all about comfort, and Bombas nails it. Socks, slippers, tees, even underwear that feels like a second skin.
The difference is in the materials. Supima cotton that's softer and stronger, merino wool that keeps you warm but never sweaty. It's the kind of quality you notice right away.
That describes how I want my life. Warm but never sweaty.
Ooh,
That's all I want.
That's absolutely
You guys,
true.
That's all I want.
I just did
Yeah.
a big Bombas reorder.
Yeah.
More socks for the kids.
Yes.
More socks for dad. More socks for mom. Like, I truly cannot get enough
Tis the
Bombas
season.
in my
we gotta,
life.
We gotta
Yeah.
stuff those stockings.
You gotta
with
give
something.
yourself
For
something you
your
know
family
you
or
want.
For
That's right.
extended
Yeah.
family.
That's
And
right.
if you're sending gifts, they make it easy because Bombas ships to over 200 countries. So whether your family's spread out or all in one place, everyone can unwrap a little cozy.
And listen to me.
Talk to me.
If the fit isn't perfect,
What you gonna do?
Bombas has a happiness guarantee, and that means no stress.
Zero.
Bombas will make it right.
Best of all, every Bombas purchase means one item donated to someone experiencing homelessness. That is comfort that gives back.
So check off your list with Bombas. Head over to bombas.com and use code TWU for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com, code TWU at checkout. Bombas.com and use code TWU. We get to the retreat, and Kate and Rebecca are there. Rebecca is having the time of her life.
Yeah, she's like looking at all of the activities and the seminars
Yes.
and the things that they're going to be able to do. And it's by their room is by the saltwater pool. Like, it's a
Yeah.
this is a fancy thing
Right.
that they're
She's
at.
like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to get together. I bet we should go sing some karaoke. And she's like, what's the name of that song that Alanis
Alanis song,
Morissette
yeah,
used
yeah.
to sing? And like, da, 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 da. And I love the irony of not being able to remember.
Yeah.
Ironic.
Ironic, you know?
Really good.
First little class.
Really, really good humor.
We have good writers. They're good at this stuff, this writing shows and stuff. Kate and Rebecca at the retreat.
Do you think Alanis would come to our live show?
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Do you know Alanis?
I do not.
Okay. Do you know Alanis?
She retweeted a thing of Kate one time when it was the episode was focused on
On this
Alanis.
episode?
No, it was one of the ones in the record shop. Though I don't know if this one specific. Oh,
Okay.
it's when Jack picks up Kate and lets her ditch school.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, go to like
Yeah.
the signing
Yes,
for
yes.
her.
Uh-huh.
Did she really?
She retweeted the photo of me, so I'm like, we have an in somewhere.
All right, great.
You're on
That's
that.
all Chris needs.
You're on
Great. Because also, now that we're talking about the live show on January 17th, that I brought it up, will you come join us?
I would love to join you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This shit can blow.
I was
Yeah.
going
Will
to
you
say,
sing?
and will you sing?
I would be honored. Really?
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Oh my God, that'd be. I would
Perfect.
love to.
Boom.
You heard it here
You heard
first,
it right
I
guys.
here.
heard it here.
Locked
I will be
in.
there singing.
Yeah, she's been cornered into it
Yeah.
live on a
You had
podcast.
no choice.
Yeah, excellent.
Um,
Good news. Great.
Mom and daughter, excuse me, are at the retreat, looking at the swimming pool and all the people in there. A lot of couples too, as I think we see Kate clocking like all the couples. I think we see like a handhold that she clocks in this
Yeah.
montage of sorts.
Yeah,
right?
parents there together with their children, not just.
But there's just like cool information and like really sort of cutting edge technology. My man clicking so he can sort of echolocate himself on
Yeah.
a bicycle
Yep.
to ride. Like
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean,
I have a friend who worked on that project. That's a real thing.
really.
Yeah, he worked in this fabrication lab at Northrop Grumman for new technologies, and they developed a sonar, or not sonar, but a suit for this professional blind skateboarder
Yeah.
that had all these sensors all down his legs and body that would tap and let him know where obstacles were.
Whoa.
But yeah, that's a real
Wow.
That is
mind-blowing.
technology.
some what's the Marvel joint with my man who's the Lord? That's some Daredevil stuff, right?
Yeah,
there.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
seriously.
amazing.
Yeah.
And so you get the sense also. Chrissy Metz also has like a special power akin to Mandy Moore where they're incapable of lying. And like you can see on her face, Kate's face, that like there is a joy of getting all this information and she's like, I'm getting it all by myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's happening at the same time.
Like Toby would
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
Or I want him to want to like this.
Toby's
Yeah.
gonna have to read all your notes.
Yeah.
so here this is
Rebecca's
the
scrolling.
the next one I have a question for you guys, because she's on the phone and we find out that, she's talking on the phone. It seems like she's talking to Tobias, but we see that it's Gregory on the other end, right? Like
Yeah.
this is the person that she calls to share good news with.
Gregory is really highlighting how poorly Toby's doing.
Yeah.
With this.
I forgot about that. I was like,
When
oh.
you start calling another dude or another woman to share like stuff about
Yeah.
your kids,
like Lady
And you-
Dynamite.
and you could have
Kryptonite.
shared it with your partner,
Right.
and you're like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
that's something, right? Rebecca walks in and Kate tells her what's going on in their marriage. And just sort of confides in how tough things have been. She's like, all this cool stuff, the riding the bikes and the swimming in the pools. And like all these things that I think she associates with like, this is what a dad is supposed to do with their kid,
Yeah.
right? Isn't that what you look forward to or not? And you're like, you can do it. You can swim. Like, this is what like Rebecca is like in power, right? She's like, I'm here for this moment. I understand what you need and I got you, right?
Mhm.
Like, and one of the lines that like I thought is really wonderful and very beautiful, and it's simple. Like she's like, we're gonna go swimming. She's like, I don't want to go swimming. I don't feel like. She's like, listen, you're fat. I'm ancient. We're gorgeous.
Yep.
It's like an owning of something and like not beating around the bush. You may be big. I may be old. That doesn't mean we stop.
Living.
Let's go. LFG. Let's go.
But this is also like a new carpe diem.
Yeah.
Like for Rebecca.
Right.
Like, I don't think she'd ever be that vocal
Yeah.
normally.
I mean, even the way you phrased it was like an unapologetically loving phrasing of like, yeah, you're big. Yeah, I'm old. I don't give a, let's go.
Let's go. Why
know?
are we sitting here wasting time? You want to go
Right.
swimming?
Yeah.
You were, because she basically was like, I want to do all these things with Jack, but like I was giving myself a heart attack all day, like about the idea of having to be in a bathing suit.
Yeah.
And that's when Rebecca's just sort of like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
Like life is
Right.
for the living now. Let's do
Right.
it.
Yeah.
And you realize, obviously, for Kate's sake later, why she's in this sort of newfound frame of mind.
Yep.
Right. And that seems like a track record in Kate's life of like letting her insecurity just like get in the way of opportunity for her.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think it's really, it was like a perfect, like you said, it was
Yeah.
just an unapologetic
Yeah.
way to say it. And just obviously we find out later why Rebecca's living in this new
Right.
realm. But I remember that being quoted a lot, that line. And I
Was
really,
it really?
yeah, I
people
like that
really
one.
took to it.
Were
I
drawn
think
to
because
it.
it was so frank.
Yeah.
Right.
It wasn't coated with anything.
Right.
Right.
It's nice sometimes.
It's
just to
nice.
Sort
I
of come
love
out with it.
She's like, your arms went up. You're like, I don't care. Let's go.
Yeah,
Right.
what are we doing? Why are we just sitting here talking about it? Let's go
Yeah.
in the pool. And they do.
Tell us about the pool.
Well,
how
like I
warm and
said,
cozy it was.
the pool was nice and warm. It was very cold outside. It was right before the holiday break. And there was just a lot of deliberating about, it took 3.5 hours to get in the prosthetics to look older.
Right.
They had never done any aging on my body.
So did we do
my shoulders.
Because even when I saw the top of the thing, I was like, this looks solid.
Yeah, they did the shoulders, a lot of painting and a little bit of like the glue, the stipple and stuff on my chest. But we had never really tested this in any kind of water or weather or anything. Right. So I think everybody was a bit nervous about that, truth be told.
Yeah.
But we just went for it. We did it. And Justin, thankfully, was the director because he does have that sort of you can't really ruffle his feathers, right?
Right.
Like he is so steady and he doesn't get stressed and he brings this sort of like Zen like energy, I think, to most things, but definitely to directing.
He's a Buddhist.
Totally. That you're like, I'll just follow his lead. He's not stressed out. I'm not going to be stressed out.
Right on.
And we did it and it was great. Like, we're oftentimes on a lot on the show, like we're on stages, which is great on the Paramount lot. We loved that. But it always felt like a little treat to go somewhere and do something, especially like at night.
Right.
In a hotel. We were far away. Like it felt magical,
Yeah.
And I think just the whole episode, like there's, those sweet shots with me and little Isabella and like it was so beautiful. Like I remember that like, this is one to like really cherish.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what and those moments with like Chrissy, like I just remember you kind of like force yourself to be super present and go, I want to remember this because this kind of feeling, these kinds of episodes, the conversation like doesn't come around often. I mean, because once I love everything in the pool. There were so many lines that I wrote down.
Yeah.
Like, Kate talks about like, it's ironic. The only place that I feel weightless is the place that I've really like closed off my whole life.
Yep.
Right.
Getting in the pool. And Rebecca, God, I'm going to get emotional again. Is like, I want you to take everything off your shoulders and give it to me because I can take it. It's so beautiful as a parent. Like I see this constant like battle between the two of them. And like, I think for Rebecca, God.
Come on.
I think like just to see again, like Rebecca has already digested like the grace that it must take to digest where you are in life, knowing that something is coming for you, even if it hasn't been officially confirmed or diagnosed, where you're headed. And to be able to be at peace with it, have that level of acceptance, and to make the choice to show up and be present for yourself, for your family, in a way that I think she did post Jack's passing because she sort of had to pick herself up by the bootstraps and keep moving forward for the sake of being the glue of the family. And she's doing it again at this juncture. It's like, you realize like this woman, just the fortitude she has, like the fact that she continues to make this choice, like for herself, but also for her family is really, I'm just so moved by it that like she's able to just show up and know that like, she has to tell Kate, like once they get out of the pool, she's like, I have something to get off my chest. She helps Kate in this moment, right? Of like, if you think that you can't handle being a single parent, if that's your story, if that's what ends up happening, if Toby isn't going to be the dad he should be or the father he should be or the husband he should be, I know you and I know you can do it by yourself.
Yeah.
I have that belief in you and I know you have that belief in you too. And once she sort of clears the air with that and goes outside and tells Kate about the diagnosis, it's like, again, that I just am in awe of the strength that it takes to be like, I'm okay. Because that's how she basically leaves it. Like what does she say? She goes, she talks about the mild cognitive impairment and that potentially leads to dementia. But this diagnosis has made her more fun. And Kate's like, you are more fun. She's like, I know. Right. I'm not sweating the small stuff anymore. It's like she's given herself, this has given her permission to just like have this new lease on life. And I love that. She's like, I'm done being sad and I'm done being worried. Like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
And then Kate's like, I'm strong because you made me strong. Like all of that is so beautiful.
Yes.
But to pivot back to while they're in the pool, she talks about, she's like, do you know why your nickname is Bug? And Kate's like, yes, I loved bugs growing up. I loved like butterflies. And she's like, yes, and you loved lightning bugs. You called them light bulb bugs. And there's this like beautiful shot of like Milo and I sitting on the steps watching like little Kate catch this bug and how tender she was and how precious she was, like holding it in her hands and whispering to the bug, now go find your way home.
Are we all from places where there were lightning bugs? Because California, LA didn't have them.
No, we don't.
California
But they
doesn't.
must have had them. They must have them in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
It seems like
in the Midwest.
Yeah, in the Midwest,
they're
like
all day. I
it's
love
the South.
lightning bugs.
Yeah, I think it's more of an East Coasty
Okay.
sort of thing.
Gotcha.
But all of this to illustrate to Kate that like you've always been a sensitive soul.
Yes.
And I see it, and it's one of the things I love the most about you. But because you are sensitive, that doesn't mean you're not strong.
Yeah.
Like you are capable of so much more than you give yourself credit for. Just that in continuing to instill that in her.
Yeah.
She peppers that in throughout her life. Like I love the way Rebecca sees Kate always.
Yeah.
Even if Kate isn't there to catch up to it, you know?
I love the way Rebecca, like in the present and in the past, like you see, I think some outstanding mothering.
Yeah.
And we'll get to that, to the past partners, but like, and at this time she needs something very different than what she needed in the past, because she was willing, like right now she says, I believe in Toby, like he'll find his way home.
She does. Rebecca
Right?
does.
Right. And you said,
Kate's not so sure, but
Right.
Rebecca's sure.
right. And even if he doesn't, you still got it. You still got it. And then as opposed to the past, like there was this sort of like very caring and very sort of aware, you know what I mean? Where you could see who Marc was, and you knew if you pushed too hard that was not going to be of benefit.
Yeah.
But when you need to say like, you know what? I don't think you should go. And we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah,
So let's
yeah.
finish what's going on here.
I think that's good. That's
Yeah.
sort of it.
Is
you
there
know?
anything, Kate, that is...
They go and end up singing some karaoke.
Mm-hmm.
Dude.
They sing Ironic together, which is
Guys.
really cute.
Let me say, ironic for me is it 92, 93?
No, it's like 90.
No, 96 or 95. Because it's sophomore year of college for me.
I think it was 96.
I would sing that song.
I could hear you singing it.
I love.
Maybe that's what he sings
Alanis,
at the...
yeah, Alanis, if you're listening, come duet, please, with Sterling K. Brown. We'll be at the Wilshire Theater. Just come. Just
January
don't even,
17th.
You don't have to
I think
let us
she
know.
lives in LA.
Yeah,
she must.
just drop by.
Unannounced.
When you tell Kate about your ailment, your diagnosis, she's like, how could I not see it? She was worried. And she's like, because I didn't want you to. You had enough going on. That was something that I felt like was like important to know, because everybody's like, oh, Mom, I'm sorry. How come I didn't? Because you didn't. You didn't want me to know. Done being sad and worried. Feels okay. And then, is that the singing? No.
Yeah.
About to tell Toby what she needs. Rebecca says she's there for her. Go do what you got to do. Oh, and then Toby, they finish it off because it's the same storyline. She tells you, like, it was incredible. Like, how was the thing? It was incredible, and you would have loved it.
Yeah.
And then she ends up by saying, like, Toby, can you do this?
Yeah.
And Toby says, I want to.
Ooh.
I want to.
Yeah. She says, I don't want you to want to.
Right?
That's not an
I
answer.
want you to do it.
Yeah.
Yep. She gets a phone call from her brother, right? She gets on with both of her brothers. This is the sad three echoed again as she says that my marriage is on the verge of falling apart. And no, so then she decides, I'm going to take Jack to go to the cabin. I kind of just need a little bit of space or whatnot. And he's like, you know what? Leave him here.
Leave the child with me.
Leave the child with me. And he's like, she's like, are you sure? And he's like, I need
Father
to
this
spend
child.
Time with my son.
I shall be father. Let me show you I can do this.
He's so dumb.
I was like, good luck.
Catherine,
Good luck, Toby.
Catherine, leave me the child.
There's also two things I wanted to shout out to the fit of the shirt on young Sullivan, because you're looking strapped and strong in the show.
Thank you, sir.
But again, in terms of like these moments and in terms of your remembrance of them and whatnot, like what's going on in your head, like there's this sense of like, and don't let me put it in your head. This is what like I felt as a viewer, is like, I know I'm falling short of the mark. And I have a desire not to fall short of the mark. And I'm actively in the midst of trying to figure out how to do that, but I'm not sure. So maybe the start is like, maybe I just need to be with my boy.
It was that simple?
I think so. I mean, it's comes down to, all right, regardless of if this is what you want to hear, this is honest.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. And then, I mean, the only way to do it is to do it.
Yeah.
So.
And that call again, just so like, because there's echoes of the other parts, we do see Madison in the bed. I think that's all I need to say about that.
Yeah.
Before they head to the cabin. Now, this is when we get to...
Ooh, your storyline.
This is where we get to the juicy part, all right? This shit is diabolical, bro.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Like, it's so interesting because I'm finally understanding, which I would have a tough time doing before, where, like, if I did something in a show that made people upset or whatnot, and then somebody would yell at me on the street, and I'd be like, hey, guys, I'm Sterling. Hi. Right? Like, I'm finally, I'm in that place now. Maybe it's because I'm 50. And I'm like, I don't believe him. I don't like this young man on set. I don't want him around like that.
Yeah.
Do not like them.
And also as an actor, then I just go like, hats off, dude, because you killed that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're dealing with young Kate. They're at the record store.
Yeah.
They're having a little, great little time. He winds up getting her a book by Patti
Smith.
Patti Smith. Shows that he has an insight. He understands and knows what Kate's like, what Kate likes, what she's into. It's a very sweet gift, right?
Sterling, you heard Patti Smith?
You can get me on all white stuff.
Okay. Just checking.
That's funny that you took it as sweet.
What did you take it? Well, I feel like it turns.
Oh.
It turns quick, but I feel like it starts there. But you disagree. Tell me, like, with the book itself, what do you think?
Immediately, he's like, I walked by a used bookstore and I saw this and I thought of you. And she was like, oh, that's so sweet. And he's like, yeah, I mean, you make me smile every day. I want to make you smile too. It was immediately like narcissistic behavior of like, I am buying your love. I'm buying something for you. Like, I just recognized this from my own life. I was like, my heckles went up immediately. I was like,
immediate.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't like this. He's not buying her a gift to buy her a gift. He's buying it to just further sink himself into her.
Let me tell you something. My man makes some turns in this thing that are delightful, right? So I'm curious for you because I thought it was like it started in a good place. Did you feel the same sort of like thing right from jump with the book?
I mean, yes.
You did.
Right?
Yeah.
Where you're
You
just
did.
like, this isn't a nice thing. This is it's a posturing of like buying someone's love.
Yeah.
And Kate, it's meant to be taken as a nice gesture,
Right.
but I was like, no.
What was it like for you in the scene?
I think definitely, like Rebecca, and even like now talking about it, like we're seeing it from a different perspective. But at the time, I think like Kate just feels misunderstood and is just dying for anyone's attention.
Yeah.
And so I think I earnestly took it at that time as like, oh, someone took notice of something that I like and took the time to go out of his way.
Of course.
To get something that he knew I would like. He was thinking of me. He understands me.
Right.
Like took it as like a
the
kind
genius of
gesture.
it.
Right,
Exactly.
right.
That's how they hook you.
Exactly.
He would have hooked me.
What was so the very first scene that you guys had together was a few episodes ago in the record store. But just getting to know each other as actors. I mean, how was that for the two of you? Because I'm trying to think about how much time you would have had to spend together versus, as these episodes kind of come and go, he'd probably be gone for a month or two and then be back. And
it was interesting because he's very much like when he's on set, he's remaining in character. So I never felt like I was really like
Getting
fully
to know him.
interacting with Austin until we were like fully wrapped.
Interesting.
Which was actually like quite fast. I remember like the last day that we ever filmed together, he was like, can I have your number in case we want to catch up and get dinner? And I was like, oh, like you don't hate me. Like I felt like I was I was almost getting to know Marc, like as we were filming.
You're English.
Yeah.
Is it British
Which is really
accent?
interesting. So he stayed in character a lot. So I guess it kind of I guess it benefited somewhat the storyline because it was like it felt like we were earnestly like living it out on camera as we were, because I really wasn't getting to know him much separately.
And by the way, because the
interaction.
whole relationship was on his terms anyway.
Fully.
You know what I
Right.
mean? It was like you just like groveling and apologizing and making sure
Fully.
that he was okay.
Right.
And like,
Right.
if he was okay,
Right.
then you guys were okay.
Right.
So it's interesting that he did stay in character because it makes it easier to just be like, I don't know where I stand with this person.
With this
Fully.
person, yeah.
Fully,
Yeah.
it almost benefited. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh,
Was
I didn't
that
know.
was that frustrating? At
Not-
any point,
Not
were
really
you
frustrated. I
sitting in
think
your
that
chair?
I felt confused, but like I said, it almost served like
Sure.
like I really was feeling like I don't know where I stand with him. Like,
Yeah.
is he upset with me? Does he not want to get to know me because he doesn't like? I didn't know if it was a personal, and then
Interesting.
I was like, oh, he was remaining in character the whole time, so it kind of made like an internal
Yeah.
turmoil anyway that I guess was like kind of feeding into what we
Yeah.
were
to ask him.
working
We're
on.
going to ask him about that.
Yeah, he like doesn't. He doesn't like to watch any of his playback. He never watches anything that he films. He's very like gonna stay in character while he's filming it and then leave it where it was.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh,
Well, it works well for him.
I gotta double back to this, but let's move forward with the show. He says that he's in love with her, and she invites him to come hang with the family. That they're going to the cabin for the birthday. Is that the invitation that you extend?
No, we're not going to the cabin.
Just
They're
a
just
birthday
having a
dinner.
birthday
Just a
dinner
birthday
at their
dinner.
house.
Just a
Yeah.
birthday dinner. And he says, like, I got a strange vibe from your brothers. I can tell they don't like me or whatever. And she tries to reassure him, like, they're just protective. All good.
Yeah.
Then I just wrote candy bar and customer.
Yeah.
And
All
I
that needs to be said.
I would like I hand it over to you, HZ. Like tell the people what I'm talking about and how it was like to shoot and the experience of it.
Well, yeah. So we're like talking about when they've just had this like what we think is a sweet interaction. Like you're saying, really, it was digging the claws in. But to Kate, it's like I think that he really does a lot of like lifting up and knocking down, like the roller coaster of the
Sure.
emotion is like what makes it addictive and what keeps her like coming back because she's then always trying to earn the high again. So it's like right after he gives her the book and she's feeling like so seen and so loved, excited to invite him with the family. Then she goes to take a bite of the candy bar and he, goes ahead and basically, are you sure you want to eat that? And then you can just see like it was so hard watching everything back. It's almost like the way that you would in an actual abusive relationship, like gaslight yourself into it wasn't that bad. I feel like I did that to myself as an actor. And then when I watched it back, I'm like,
This is
it
horrible.
was worse than I remember.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
worse.
Yeah.
Like then he tries to phrase it like as he always does, that it's coming from a place of love and care where I just know that you were working so hard on your diet, like as if it's coming from like a
I love you
pure
just the way
intention.
you are.
Exactly. And you can just see and he's the master of like they smell it on you what your insecurities are and then coming for exactly what she's most insecure about.
Totally.
And then she doesn't eat the candy bar.
Yeah.
She doesn't eat the candy bar.
I think the thing that made me more angry
Come on now.
was
Speak.
this next interaction.
The customer.
Customer comes in,
Yes.
asks about a certain song from Pulp Fiction,
Right.
and Mr. Know-It-All is like, yeah, it's blah, 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 blah. And as soon as Kate pipes in with any bit of knowledge about it in a very sweet way, like, it's funny, that song is actually a cover of a Neil Diamond song. Like, my dad loved Neil Diamond, so like it's like ingrained in me. The air in the room was just sucked out.
Absolutely.
The way Marc sort of looked at you, so so smugly, he was so angry that you think you would know anything better than him.
Right.
And he like, sort of mumbles to the customer, like, I'll take you over here, and just like kind of shoots Kate a look that's like that like made my blood boil away worse than the candy bar, because it's like, oh sure, you're just an asshole. I was like, oh, you're like, you're such a deeply insecure narcissist. It makes me like I want to rip your head off.
And I remember that line specifically,
her feel
like
bad.
wanting the delivery of that line to feel very much like it wasn't at all a dig at his. It was like, I just want to be included in the conversation. I have a fun anecdote to add. Like, I want to bring myself into it to be welcomed in, not to like. It just, I remember the delivery, like specifically talking to Justin about
it
like,
was perfect.
You just want to be included. It's nothing against, like, of course he's going to take it that way.
Yeah, you just have a little thing to add, which is probably interesting to the customer.
Right.
Yeah.
You're talking about the song that he doesn't even know what it, it's like
Let's be clear. Everybody in this scene was great.
Yeah.
incredible.
And that's why we have so much to say.
Yeah, we have so many feelings about it.
And also understanding the way that our writer's room works.
Yeah.
Our writer's room, somebody in there, if not more than one person, clearly has a very clear idea of how this relationship works.
Sure.
So it's instantly for when I watch it, I'm like, Wow, this was an interesting conversation in the
Yeah,
writers'
this
room
was
because
heavy.
this was,
Right.
yeah.
More That Was Us after these words from our sponsors.
December is all about traditions, traveling to see friends and family, winter getaways, or just cozy nights at home.
When I'm on the road, I book a stay on Airbnb because I love finding spaces that feel warm and personal for the holidays. You guys, Airbnb is really the only option for us with our family. Like,
Yeah.
I need to be in a place that has a kitchen and a refrigerator and somewhere that I can cook a little bit and laundry.
Yeah.
That's essential when
Yeah.
traveling with kiddos. So Airbnb is what works for us.
It's a massive
Right.
difference. You want to step into a home, not just a room.
Yeah.
That's right. And if you're traveling this season, you can host your home on Airbnb. While you're making memories somewhere else, another family could be doing the same in your home, celebrating, gathering, and creating their own traditions.
Listen, if you want to stay in my house, man, we just hung up like some holiday lights outside.
Oh.
Right? We sort of cleared out the space around the pool just to make it more inviting. All
The
the
pool
kids'
has a
toys
heater,
are put up
too.
in it. The pool is heated, and we
We
actually
love heating that pool up.
Chris knows I will turn on the heater for you if you come
That's
to my
right.
house.
That's right.
I also have a
If,
light.
if Mandy gets invited.
If I get invited,
You
I
get
hope
a light.
the pool is heated.
And nighttime swimming, we have a light
Yeah.
that like oscillates. So it'll go from white to blue to
Ooh.
red to green. Like I'll make it special for you. You want to come stay in the brown pad? I got you covered. It's flexible, guys. It's simple and it's entirely up to you. Your home might be worth more than you think. Find out how much at airbnb.com/host.
And we come to realize too that, you know, in the scene that we have seen now, and this is the third episode of Kate on the phone, you know, Randall's helping her fix the
Right,
washing
right, right.
machine. Kevin and Sophie come over a little early for the birthday dinner. We see Kate on the phone and we realize what she's on the phone apologizing
Yeah.
to Marc,
Yeah.
right? That she's tried him all night.
Right.
And he didn't answer, and it's the next day. And she's like, I thought we were going to do a deep dive on Patty. Like, you gave me the book. And
Right.
she's just groveling. Like,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. What did I do? Why aren't you talking to me? And again, it's just like, it's so heartbreaking to see this incredible woman have so little power in this relationship and just like kind of cycling through this same like thing over and over and over again with this
Yeah.
person, and like never knowing what way is up,
Right.
never knowing like what version of this person you're gonna get. And it
Right.
just like, it broke my heart for her.
Yeah.
And as a parent, as a viewer, like all of that, you're just like, oh no, like
Yeah.
no one deserves this.
It is the hula hoop, the roller coaster is like, he talks about how eager she was to show off. And it made him feel stupid. But he can't stay mad because, quote, you're the only good thing in my life. And the level,
I mean, in a matter of seconds.
the shooting of it is like, I'm not gonna put too much energy into this. I'm gonna lay down on my back while I'm drinking a beer, and it's just like, yeah, it's just so annoying. You were so eager to show off. I felt stupid. Whatever, but you know, I guess I can't stay mad because you're the only good thing in my life. So he says what he needs to say in order to keep her on the hook.
he
And
says,
I
like, 10
remember
different
specifically
things.
like Austin asking for the beer wasn't like written into
Of course
the
it wasn't.
script.
That
He,
guy.
he was like, I feel like he'd be like lounged out just sipping a beer. And it like did serve absolutely like
Yeah.
how little care he really. Meanwhile, you cut to Kate, who's in tears, apologizing for something
Yeah.
where realistically, like, that's why she's confused. She knows she didn't do anything, but like that's his whole tactic is to
Yeah.
make her fully doubt herself and question herself and
Yeah.
distort the reality.
That's how he keeps the power.
Yeah.
Gas lighting.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
I know that's a word everybody likes to use nowadays, but
But
like
it's
that is
legit.
the
But it
literal
applies
definition
fully,
of
yeah.
what he's doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we go through that whole thing. Then we see Kate and Rebecca. And Rebecca's like, you know what? I haven't really got a chance to spend much time with old boy. And she's like, well, she's going to come to the dinner. He's like, yeah, but you know, it's going to be all busy. Probably a bunch of stuff going on. I was like, well, if we get together before the dinner just so the three of us can kick it, right? And it's really like, it's masterful, sort of like an invitation and genuine. Like, I don't know, dude, and I'm trying to withhold my judgment. My spidey sense is there, but like, let me just sit down face to face with dude so I can. Or how do you feel about it? Like, at that point, or you were like, no, this dude's no good, or it's like, at least I gotta just have a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to have. I've been so crazed with work and getting settled in our new house that like I've really missed the boat on Marc.
Yeah,
and like he seems to be a very important person in your life, so I should get to know him. Let's go have coffee before this dinner.
Right,
and
you're psyched. You're like, all right,
sure.
So they go out and have coffee. Marc's late. I think what is he? He's significantly late, 20, 30, whoever knows, right? Comes in, Brown writes on one.
Yeah.
My car's a piece of crap. This guy, yo, man, I gotta tell you, this guy killed this shit.
Yeah.
Like he was so damn good.
Yeah.
That, like, anytime I talk about it, like, I can't not get upset. Because he was that freaking good. I was like, how you all come in to talk to her mama? The level of entitlement and sort of disregard.
Yes.
That's what I call some white people shit. Like, I ain't never seen no brother ever roll in like that and think that they can actually
get away with it.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of privilege in that attitude.
Right.
Bullshit.
Right.
Car's a piece of crap. He's rude to the wait staff. Right? He needs to get his coffee.
Hey, sweet
garçon!
Immediately.
Hey, bro. And like, you can see the looks. Like, Rebecca's like, all right now.
And Kate just like very sweetly like reaches out to him.
Right.
Knowing like, I'm here. You're here. We're okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Like there was something so sweet and steady about that I was like, oh, this girl.
They share this is another one you guys probably know, a Meatloaf reference. I knew it was a Meatloaf reference, but I was like, I missed it because I'm Sterling. But it was a sweet moment of sort of like, okay, they have a connection.
Yeah.
Yes.
They have a connection. Rebecca infers how much they must love working at the record store, right? And Kate says, yes. Marc says, not really.
Yeah.
Right.
You talk about a record scratch, like, hey, man, like, without the record store, we wouldn't be together. Like, the record store is kind of like how it all happened.
It's what bonds us.
It's where we spend most of our time together.
Right.
Tells everyone that he just quit. His boss was getting mad at him probably for taking too many smoking breaks or like smoke breaks or what have you. And Kate's like,
what? You quit?
You quit when? Oh, today. Oh.
First of all, like, I also like, I don't want to like vilify anybody. Like the shorthands that happen, like, and I think part of it was Austin making a choice. Like, okay, he drinks a little. Oh, and he also smokes a little, whatever. So he's a bad guy.
Smokes
like, you know what I'm
lot.
saying? I'm not putting that on, but like, there's just little small like thingamajiggers that the writers be like, oh, this is what this guy's into.
Who smokes cigarettes.
There you go.
Bad.
Bad boys.
Kate brings up Patti Smith, and then Marc says, they talk about making music.
Mm-hmm.
And how excited they are and how beautiful her voice is and everything. And Rebecca's like, I know. Yeah. I know my daughter.
Right.
She's like, you ain't telling me nothing I don't know.
We agree on that. And?
Where do you think she gets it?
There you go. Yeah. Boom. And then they said, like, we're working on writing songs together and everything. And so, like, there's more connection coming through. It's like, but I got to get out of Pittsburgh to do it.
Yeah.
Who are you, bro?
Yeah.
Write your flipping song. You can write it in the bathroom. Right in your car. You don't have to go nowhere. Right?
So mad at him.
And I wrote, after love bombing her about her voice, I said, Mom sees all the red flags. I put that in capital letters. So you guys can talk about this thing. But like, it's hard for me to talk about without raising my voice. I apologize, everybody.
So, let's take a deep breath. Let's just...
Yeah, he just talks about how he's outgrown the record store. They want to write music together. They got to get out of Pittsburgh. Kate's like, oh, we should go to my family cabin.
Right.
And Rebecca's like, oh my God, the cabin. Like, I haven't even opened it up for the season yet. And Kate's like, we'll do it. Right? Like, you and Marc, we'll go. We'll open it. We'll write music there. It's like killing two birds with one stone. And Rebecca's immediately like, I don't know about that. I don't know if I feel completely comfortable with that.
Yeah. Kate and Rebecca are having a convo. There's an argument over Marc. And there's a couple of quotes I put in, and maybe I paraphrase, but I want to say, after Dad, I genuinely thought I would never be happy again. Marc loves me, right? And you say something to the effect like, I don't care if you like him.
I like him.
I
I
like
like
him.
him.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It reminds me of this thing that my mom told me about. Mom's married at 18 or 19, and she talked about sort of her own sort of lack of affection between her and her dad. And she said, like, as soon as somebody shows you affection, like, you never know if that's going to come along with her. So I just got married, right? Like, it was that simple of a thing, right? And it reminds me, I don't have a daughter, but it reminds me of like just how valuable my affection is to my children. Like, I don't have a daughter. I'm just going to love up on these dudes as much as possible so they don't feel like they have to go to the first thing that comes along
Right.
in
To
order
seek
to
affection elsewhere. Yeah.
get anything, right? What do you guys remember about the scene?
It's so interesting with Rebecca. It's like you can tell that she doesn't want to push too hard. She's
Sure.
always just it's interesting watching it back because at the time when I'm playing the character, it's like I'm only really focused on my perspective and how I feel about it. And then watching it in hindsight, and also like now that I'm a little older and like my relationship with my own mom, it's just like to be able to see Rebecca's perspective and
Both
how
sides.
much she's like already like handling all her own grief and all the complications in her life, but then also like trying to take on and be there for her daughter, but not push too hard because she already knows. But I think it's interesting that Kate says, whatever the direct line is, like that ever since dad died, I never thought I would be happy again. And like basically implying that this is the first time she's going to feel happiness. Whereas like, it's almost like she knows that, like, even in the conversation in the cafe, like the way that she's anxious and uncomfortable and doesn't know what's going to come out of his mouth, and she's clocking that her mom is clocking this. It's like, I guess that's what it is, being in, like, you're protecting the person all the time. When really, like, when she uses her logic, it's like she knows that this is not a healthy situation and not even really one where it's bringing joy. So it's almost like when she's saying this is the only time I'd feel happy, when all he's really doing is making her upset. I'm like, maybe she just is looking for any other emotion, even if it's to feel sadness. Like, as long as it's not, the grief is not focused on the death of my dad anymore. Even if I'm not focused on the happiness in this relationship, maybe I'd rather sit in the sadness about Marc than to take the distraction off of the sadness that I'm feeling about my father's passing.
There's also the thought that even in the dysfunction, passion feels good.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's like
feel something.
whether it's sensual or antagonistic, it's always passion.
Right.
And maybe it's like, man, I haven't had that.
It's also informative, you know, like every relationship you are in will fail until one doesn't.
Right.
That's not a good ratio.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And
It's not working in your favor.
Yeah, and every relationship up until the one that doesn't is informative.
Yeah.
For the better or the worse.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And especially when we're young.
Yep.
You know,
Totally.
I've been in relationships like this where I'm the one who's being kind of gaslit and manipulated and confused and put down and raised up and knocked down, and it's just occurring to me now, like, I'm curious about the process of this entire show for you as an actor. You got all of Kate's struggle.
Right.
And then the happiest part of Kate's life is handed over to another actor.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, this formative time of her life.
You got
But you didn't get
all the garbage.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, the informative stuff that's so
specific.
And the biggest romantic partner that you get as an actor is someone you're not really enjoying being around.
Right.
It's like,
I was always asked, like, if Christy and I discuss the role a lot, or if like I come to her a lot about a lot of things, or if I study her, and I was, as much as like we're sharing the role, I would always say, like, my years of Kate felt so disconnected from where she is in the future. So it felt like very much my own person because she was so vastly different. But that's what's so cool about this show is, like, usually as an actor, like, you're informing yourself of, like, you know, trying to imagine, like, what past traumas led me to where I am today, and how will this resolve in the future? And it's like to have it all written and like played out for you and be able to already see it to like inform the present time that I'm working in, to know that, like, you know, I think it's later, maybe it's the next episode, or I don't remember which, when Kate finally like shows up and tells Marc off as an adult. It's like to have that knowledge
might be,
right,
in my toolbox. Like, I just felt like just added to like what I could bring to the teenage years. But yeah, it was definitely like the most tumultuous time. But I was fond of it because it was the most transformative. It was so emotional and so fresh in the grief.
You had a lot of meat on the bone, sis.
Yeah.
There's a lot to do.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
As an actor, right?
Yeah.
It's interesting because I'm trying to think about the storylines of these three children, and if you were to mash them together into one personality, you've got Randall, who seems so confident and is actually pretty clear on who he is from the beginning.
Yeah.
Right.
And at the end of the show is still that person. Not that he doesn't go through changes and through evolutions.
Right.
And then there's Kevin, who is confident, but he's not acting in a way that is true to who he is. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so his change involves him living most of his life in an inauthentic way, almost, just like he's trying to figure out who he is, and then act accordingly.
Yep.
Right.
And then Kate is like a combination, a drastic combination of both, where she has this shift, right, of confidence or of where she goes from this era of her life to a different era of her life, where she's trying to, I don't know. These three episodes is an interesting kind of turning point in the three of their the storylines.
It's a lot of her like self-discovery of her own self-confidence, because so much of like what's being instilled in her is through Jack. Like there's the whole interaction that they have of like, I hope that one day I can see myself the way you see me, and Jack just always pouring into her. So then when she loses that, it's like a big shift for her to finally find that she can supply it for herself. And I think that's like ties back to the pool conversation, where now Rebecca's kind of taking the place of Jack and instilling into her what she maybe knows already but needs to hear, of just you can do it. You're strong enough. You can do it. I believe you can do it. And sometimes you just need to hear from the outside perspective, like, I believe you can do it.
Yeah.
A big part of who we are is how we are reflected back by the people who care about us. Right. The relationship is important. We cannot survive without it. Right. And that's why healthy relationships are so important, so that I surround myself with people that I love and trust, who when I look at them, I can trust them to reflect me back accurately.
Right.
Yeah. That's a good point.
In a way that is helpful.
Yeah.
Right.
But then there comes this time where the person in or the people in our lives, it's that metaphor of, you have to grow up. You go from child to adult, or you have to leave your father's house, or you have to start deciding who you are as an individual.
Right.
And it's these unhealthy relationships, unfortunately, or ironically, isn't it ironic?
Isn't it?
Where we learn the most about who we are, or who we want to be, or who we don't want to be.
Right.
Which is unfortunate, but it's part of everyone's process.
Yeah. Right. It was just part of her evolution, because the reality, like if Jack was still alive, she probably would never end up with a guy like Marc.
No.
Right.
I think you're right.
Yeah. And it's kind of like you're saying, the reflection.
The first time Marc came to the house and Jack was there, that's a wrap.
Yeah,
it's a wrap.
That would have been that.
It's a wrap. Yeah.
That's a wrap. We're good, young man. We'll see you later.
Yeah,
right?
Thank you for your time.
Say it again.
Yeah.
And it's not a coincidence that a guy like Marc preys on someone who can smell she's in a vulnerable position.
Of course.
In a place of grief.
That's their superpower.
That is their power.
And there's little things too, little, and I don't know if this is on purpose, but like his mustache, his plaid, there's like these little things that are Jack-esque, way adjacent. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
But that you could see that there's some
like
kind
her
of
version of that.
Right.
She was looking for.
She says, first and only person to look at me that way. Right. So just in terms of that passion, that was the thought that I had. And then you leave, you say, like, it doesn't matter what you want or not. Like, I'm going up to the cabin.
I'm going now.
Can't stop me.
I'm missing your birthday dinner.
She leaves you with a nice little Miguel.
Oof.
Yeah, like, don't worry, Miguel will be around
We'll
to pick up the pieces.
That's Kate's signature.
Bam.
Is leaving the room with
Okay.
just a dagger. That is
Just-
Kate's signature
Yeah.
move.
Yeah, it really is.
Poor Miguel.
Poor
Catching
mom.
strays.
Catching
Not
strays.
even
not
in the
even
episode.
not even in the room.
Yeah. What did Miguel do?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is where
Camera swings over. Hey, he's out in the
Hey.
driveway.
Yeah.
this is where you guys have to remind me to breathe again because
Okay.
Kate
Mhm.
and Marc are in the car.
Yeah.
What are you guys singing? You guys are grooving together. What's the
Ben
song?
Folds 5.
Ben
Yeah.
Folds 5.
Taylor was very excited about this when we were
Ask me.
watching.
Ben Folds 5?
No.
Well, I thought about the army.
It's a cool song though. I liked it, and it's
You guys were so cute
what's
singing
the
it.
frustrating part about it is that now we have a sense of the roller coaster.
Exactly.
You have a sense of like the high can only stay there for so
Yeah.
long before it's going to come back down
Mhm.
again, right? So they're singing. She's bummed that he quit the store.
And a real quick, like we've covered the storyline, but in this episode, we're paralleling with this little girl telling the story about going into the woods
Yes,
Right.
Yeah.
that's right.
with her prince.
This is right.
And just the vast difference of the imagination of how it's going to be
Right.
and how it is
Yeah.
just like so
Yeah, man.
painful.
Yeah.
Oh boy, preach on it. Speak. She's bummed that he quit the store, right? And he's like, yeah, but you know what? I want to spend time like talking about music. I want to make music, whatever. And then he's like, you should quit too, you know? And we can go make the music. And wants to make it instead of just talking about it. Then she's like, well, you know, I kind of like this job.
Right.
I need
Yeah.
the money.
Money.
Kind of need the money. I've been saving up so I can stop living with my mom and all this
Yeah.
stuff. And so it goes from that to like, so you're not going to quit.
And the switch is like so drastic.
And you feel it sitting in that car.
Immediately. It's like
Oh man.
May I also add, was the whole scene shot practical in a real car?
yeah, we were in a real car.
Because a lot of scenes have now shifted to where we're on the sound stage and we have the
I think
lights
some
going
of it
by.
was in the sound. Some of
Okay.
it was in the soundstage, like but then like him, like the pulling off, like we did do some of the
Sure,
shots
Sure.
in the actual.
Yep.
But I think the speeding was actually in the soundstage.
All right. So she gets upset. Then he gets upset that she won't quit. And he begins to drive erratically.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she begs him to slow down. And he's just not listening.
He's careless. You're like,
Mhm.
oi, this guy's going to crash
My
the
man's
car.
hitting corners like it, and it's
Icy
like
road.
I'm not
Right.
feeling good about this thing at all. She finally just asks him to stop, and he finally stops. And then this is heartbreaking also. It's not like, it's like, all right, I think we just need some air.
Exactly. It's not you effing lunatic. Drop me off. It's let's take a breath.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Let's take out and get some air.
Which
It's
you would have
still
been perfectly in
placating.
your right mind to say that to
tell
him.
him to
Yeah.
it's like still pacifying. So even like you can hear the wild lines like while he's driving of just like, I know, babe, it's okay. Like I'm sorry, like
Yeah.
basically apologizing for not wanting to quit just
Yeah.
because always trying to
Appease
babysit
him.
his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as she gets out of the car to get
You're
air,
doing a great job, Sterling.
thank you.
First of all, you're doing a great job at getting through this storyline
Yeah,
Without-
that's so upsetting.
without going Hulk on this boyfriend.
Mhm.
It is beyond frustrating,
Yeah.
dude. Says she gets out of the car and he's like, "Come on, you gonna get out, whatever?" And he says, "Can't even look at your fat face,"
Mhm.
and leaves her alone on the side of the road in the dark. Dude,
Dude, I've almost gone toe to toe with a 6-year-old on a playground for far less.
For far less
for
offensive.
far less.
Yeah.
For far less egregious behavior. Yeah, it to try and put myself in that position as a
And
father.
she has left
Bro,
to
let's-
walk.
let's think about it. This
Right.
is
Yeah,
the middle
where?
of
Because I
Where-
remember
who
Justin being
knows?
like, remember, it's obvious, but just like a tit of like, there's no, you don't have a cell phone. Like, there's no, it's not like the
Right.
modern, like,
Yeah.
you're in
All
the,
right, I'll
you're in,
Justin- Uber.
Justin
literally.
was like, let me tell you about the 1900s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about what would happen now.
Yeah.
but just
Yeah.
like the stakes of how much higher
Yeah.
it was of like, you're really just
Yeah.
here with your
By
studded
yourself.
backpack
Yeah.
in the dark, in the woods, by yourself, no
Cold.
navigation, no one
Yeah.
to call. Like, yeah.
I think as an audience member, if you haven't reached a place of total exasperation with Marc, this is inexcusable.
Yeah.
You don't leave a young lady in the middle of nowhere without a means of communication in the cold while insulting her as you drive off.
Yeah.
So I think like now whatever happens after this point, you've crossed the point of no return.
Right.
If you haven't already.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
Are you on the same?
100%.
My only hope in this scene, as I was watching it, was like, okay, she's out of the car.
Sure.
She's going to be safe.
That's the good news.
Totally right.
And what if they
won't get hurt.
What if they cut to this car wrapped around a tree? That was like, because I'm like,
there you go.
That would be a nice resolution to this episode.
Oh my God.
Because I don't know if you know, like we're in the age of this show where we're like, wait, what happens in the next episode? I can't remember. So I'm like, part of me is like, I know he doesn't, but wouldn't that be the perfect?
Wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
Kind of nice.
He drives erratically right off a cliff. She's walking along the road. She finds a guardrail that's just split open. Hey, what's down there? Oh,
What's happened here?
So
She does find a payphone and a gas station.
Yes.
And
what's a payphone?
A payphone is sort of a permanent box it's like a landline, a permanent landline that allows you to call other landlines or cell phones.
it's where
You
Kal-El
pay for
goes
it.
to transfer.
With
You put
what?
like a quarter.
What's a quarter?
Which is like, it's a bit of like coin currency.
It's
Coin
something like
currency.
you hold your phone up to it and it says 25 cents.
Yeah. You scan the barcode.
So she finds his phone.
She finds his phone. She calls her mom and is sort of crying. Mom immediately recognizes something's going on. What's wrong? And she's just like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. That's basically
Apologizes for what she said to
yeah,
you.
and how I left things. And I'm
Right.
sorry I'm missing your birthday.
Right.
And you could tell she's right on the precipice of telling her, like, you were right.
Absolutely.
Mark's an asshole.
Yes.
This is what happened
Right.
when homeboy shows up behind her.
Pulls up with a blanket.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I know, Sterling, I felt the same way. I was like, just tell your mom to come and get you.
This was a Nancy Reagan moment. Just say no, bro. Just go.
So you do
away.
know about some white people.
I
Shane.
do know
Yes.
Just say no. Because my man rolls up. He's holding a blanket, right? And now I believe I represent the audience. We were like,
No.
Fuck off, bro.
Yeah, he's like a killer in a horror movie.
Yeah.
He might as well have like a mask and a knife.
Yeah.
It's like
go.
Yeah, come back
to
me.
codependent killer.
Right.
Like, yeah.
Come back in my car of death.
Yeah.
Kate tells mom everything's okay or something like, never mind, I'll talk to you. And she goes and allows herself to be wrapped in this blanket. He says something about being sorry and loving. I don't even care what he says at this point.
Right.
Right?
We're done. And now we're really scared.
And neither does mom, to her credit, because she's like,
Something's not right.
Something's
I'm going to
off.
get my baby.
I know where
Right.
this cabin is.
and that's what sets into motion. Like Kev comes in, is like, something's going on with your sister. Think we need to go get her. He's like, Mom, say less. Let me call Randall. Like, let's posse up
Yep.
Right.
and go. Because I think everybody at this point is like, I know, yeah, no, dude, you did sense right. We don't like you
Yeah.
Right.
because you're not likable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Sad three. Sad three.
You're not likable, and so now it's time for the posse. You're about to feel the full wrath of the Pearsons.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? The only thing that didn't happen in the storyline that I think I really wanted, but probably wasn't healthy, is to see young Kev and young Randall stomping this dude.
Yeah.
Right.
I
Yeah.
will, in the next episode, I
Yeah.
wanted to see dude get stomped by Niles.
Yeah.
Yep.
They would have gotten away with it back then too.
Totally.
Out in the woods,
Yeah.
their cabin,
Yep.
no social media.
Totally.
Is there anything else to the storyline?
I think that's it
is that
for this episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hannah, you killed it per usual.
Thank you.
So good.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my gosh. It was really, like I said, just rewatching was like a whole new experience. It's
traumatic.
so different when you're
Nuts.
presently working on it and then you're like focused on what's coming that you're filming next.
Yeah,
and
and
you're
reflecting back years later.
yes,
Yeah.
was like
With
wow.
newfound life under your belt. And
Right. And this storyline specific, I had the most of all the storylines. I had the most people talk to me about this storyline
I can believe
specifically,
Yeah.
which I thought was
Yeah.
really powerful. It's
what
like
what did you get reflected back? Like what would they say to you about it?
a lot of it was like hearing how many women like carry the shame
Mhm.
and like internalize it on themselves instead of like even being removed from the relationship, like
Yeah.
still not fully healed of realizing like that was all on you. You did that to me. I did nothing to just always carrying like, and feeling like, why did I stay? And feeling so ashamed. So like, it was a lot of women being like, I was able to like openly have conversations that I didn't have, or like I was able to see it from like a bird's eye view and realize like I was young and taken advantage of and manipulated, and like, this is no longer my shame to carry. Like, I'm free. I'm relieved of it. And it was like, whew, like really, really powerful to hear from. Like, if it just makes, obviously, like, I feel you guys must relate with so much. Like, it's so much more than just the show that we all loved filming, and like, it was the best times of my life. But then to have it like really impacting people in their own lives and in their homes, it's like, whoa, it feels so much bigger than like
so special.
what we were doing.
Lasting connections.
Yeah.
Okay.
Excellent. We're going to have a little break.
Yeah, let's take
and then we're
going
to do another segment, a little Q&A. We had people send in some cues for you to A.
Yeah.
Q's and A's.
Okay, gang. It's fan segment time, and today we are excited, so excited, to have Hannah Zeile here for a special Q&A.
We had some fans send in some great questions for you today, Hannah. Are you ready to see what they have to ask?
I'm ready to give some A's.
Okay, let's give some A's. Let's get into the first question.
First Q.
Let's go to the board.
Lynn Standridge. Is this
I told you.
Hey, Lynn.
Lynn.
We see you, Lynn.
We see you, Lynn.
We see you
Honestly,
asking questions.
next time we do like a fan, like
Come talk to us, Lynn. Send us a little voicemail.
she should be the fan that we have to compete against.
Lynn's paying
in the
attention.
trivia.
She's growing the show.
Lynn asks.
Oh, has she sent in?
Oh,
she's alive.
Oh, we love Lynn. Okay.
Yeah, we love Lynn.
Standridge is on business.
First question. Was it fun? That was good. That was good, so I got you. Was it fun getting to sing the song Where I Belong? I love that song.
Thank you, Lynn. Yes, I was so excited. I got to I was like totally surprised. I didn't know that it was going to be a song on the soundtrack. I remember just going originally just to record it for the episode, because obviously there's the clip where like Milo's filming me like singing in my bedroom. And then being able to work with the genius of Sid was just, it was phenomenal. It was so much fun. And yeah, it's a really like, it's so beautifully written too. It's like so, it tells a story, that whole song, just like of Kate's frame of mind.
Yeah, maybe you should brush up on it a little bit.
Yeah, maybe that's what we sang on.
Did they
Maybe
know?
that's what we
I
sing
see.
live
Yes,
at the show.
absolutely.
Did they know you were singing when you booked the gig?
Cornered her. She didn't seem confident about that one. She's like,
no,
yeah, I guess.
absolutely. No. I'll brush up.
That's it.
I'll brush up.
A good one?
Yes.
Okay,
I'm good with it.
Okay.
They never asked me if I sang in my auditioning process.
Okay.
I just remember coming into like, at the beginning of season 2, they had me come to a meeting like with the whole writer's room, and they were like, we just kind of want to like chat about your storyline. And KJ was like, do you sing perchance? Because like it's kind of gonna mess some of our storyline. Like, do you sing? And I was like, yeah, I do. And I had some like recordings on my phone from stuff that I had done for fun. And then she was like, great, sounds good.
I got you.
God, like it was my
ready.
first experience
Can
like
you imagine?
singing live in front of like the crew of people. I remember being so nervous when we were going to shoot the shot of like
on the video camera.
of me singing.
so
I was like,
beautiful.
I did
so
it
beautiful.
in the recording studio, but I have to sing it live.
You killed
But
it.
Yeah.
You killed it.
thank you.
Totally.
killed
You have to sing it live again.
Next question. Who's got it?
Oh.
It's Baba Yaga.
Oh man.
You know who you are.
Yes. And then it gets serious.
And then,
And then it
sorry,
gets
yeah.
serious.
I should have read the question first.
Go ahead.
I lost my dad at a young age, and the pain that a daughter has losing their dad so young is brutal. How did you channel that agony for playing Kate?
Good question.
Whew. Yeah. So interestingly enough, when I was like around the same age as Kate, so around 16, it wasn't a death, but it felt like a death to me because my parents divorced and my dad left. So in a weird way, it like feels like a death, but almost like with no grieving process and no peace to it because they're still alive and like out living, and it almost feels like more pointed and chosen because it's like, oh, but you have the choice to be around. So I think that I channeled a lot through that, through just like the longing of like the separation of relationship.
Question for you, and I don't want to go too deep into forcing you to share things. Before, did you feel very connected to your dad?
Yeah. I used to my dad took me to like all my auditions growing up, and I was like totally a daddy's girl. So that's why I actually, like, before booking this, I think we talked about it last time I came on, like I took a 4-year break from acting because it was so intertwined with that relationship for me that I was like, I just want to like go do high school and go work my cashiering job at Chipotle and just live in me. And then I remember like turning freshly 18 and being like, this is going to be my choice now. Like I can drive myself to these auditions and I can be on a set on my own and like I can empower myself in this. And then it was just confirmed for me for it to be the first audition. Like when I turned 18. Yeah. My first audition in 4 years to book this was like, that was the confirmation I needed of like, okay, I can do this independently.
That's right.
I love that. Okay. All right. Thank you, Baba Yaga.
Rainbow Riz. Which scene was the most memorable for you to shoot and why?
Does this mean like for this episode or just in
Just
general?
In general.
I mean,
Doesn't even have to be
have
on
to
This Is
say
Us.
the fire, all the stuff with the fire. I mean, it was like super late shoots. We were there till like 4 a.m. They actually like built the whole house to then actually burn. We were working with real fire.
Yeah.
I got to do my own stunts.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
You
Being
did.
lowered from the roof. So, and also just that whole episode, like from the beginning of booking the show to like, it was like we knew the importance of that episode because you always knew Jack died and this was like going to be the revelation.
Yeah.
So it just felt like very important to make sure that we portrayed it correctly. So definitely the fire sequence.
That makes sense. I got you. Who's next? This is from Lacey B. How did you emotionally prepare for your scenes with Marc, where your character was in an abusive relationship? Sister, how did you? Yeah, good question.
I don't feel like I like did a lot of like full preparing for like what the toxic relationship would be. I feel like I tried to enter it authentically, like as Kate would.
Totally.
Yes.
Right.
So it was not really preparing for like to know that it was going to be a domestically violent relationship. It was more just like earnestly believing like where Kate was coming from all the time. And then just like we talked about, like the roller coaster, the highs and the letdowns. And like, I guess just only other preparation is like when you start reading about like narcissism and like the certain traits, it's like, it ends up being so boring because they're so predictable. They all have the same tactics. They use the same thing. So it was like, I guess that's the awareness that I was informed of is like, when I started hearing from people that had been through similar relationships, I'm like, they all use how boring. They all use the same tactics. So like now you can really have a keen eye to be aware of it because they're going to be using the same tricks. But yeah, I guess just earnestly entering it like as Kate would, and then deeply feeling like the letdowns and the disappointment and like the revelation of her finally realizing this was not what I thought it was, and now I feel ashamed because I was tricked here. But I guess just remaining.
The story relates to, unfortunately, it is a relatable story. It is recognizable to too many people. Well, hopefully, because of your excellent work and the excellent work of everyone around you in this storyline, maybe it can give some people a heads up. You know, to see
make
it,
people feel less alone.
and
less ashamed,
and to see it coming down the road, and to maybe avoid it. Maybe there's a few people who are able to avoid.
I mean, trauma bonds are real, and it's like such a vulnerable time in her life. So, hopefully it spread some awareness. Like I said, I received a lot of messages that it feels like it was therapeutic for a lot of people, which is important.
That's great. Thank you, Lacey B.
Oh, this is Jager? Jager 4. Did you study your adult selves on the show? You each have so many of the same mannerisms.
Maybe like study is like too strong of a word. I think that I just like am a fan of Chrissy Metz. Like I think that her performance like is so moving every time. So I think just like watching the show, even before booking, like had already seen the 2 episodes that had been aired, and just like being a fan of Chrissy, that maybe subconsciously I was like taking on some of her mannerisms.
Wow.
But a lot of times, like I'd mentioned before, like adult Kate was so vastly different than teenage Kate that it was like, it didn't really feel like they were even like, they felt like 2 different people almost. Like there was obviously threads that tied them, but so not fully studying, but I think just being in awe of Chrissy Metz.
Absorbing.
Niles told us that the 3 of you obviously developed a pretty good bond on the show, but would also hang out together outside of work.
Yeah, like
And-
truly, like two of
and-
my best friends.
And go out into the world together.
Yeah.
What was it like when the three of you were spotted together in public?
I know, it's funny. We've done like a few, like we went to Six Flags one time, especially like Niles and I have gone to Disneyland a few times. Like it's so funny for people to,
Be like,
it's one
"Wait,
thing, to see one of us. Yes.
We're
And
all
I feel
together."
like I get a lot of, maybe because I was like, I'm older than I was then, or like I was in prosthetics. Like I get a lot of like, do I know you from somewhere? Which I
Okay.
Yeah.
never know how to answer that
Yeah.
question.
Sure.
But when it's the three of us,
Yeah.
it very much solidifies like,
Yeah.
you're that three from that show.
Yeah.
We've definitely done the big three chant in public for people.
Have you
A few
really?
times, yeah.
No.
It's on the.
is
It must
very
live on
cute.
a video somewhere. Yeah.
Incredible.
It's on social somewhere.
Yes.
I love it.
Incredible.
I love
Whenever anyone asks me if they know me from anywhere, I pick my most obscure credit and ask about that.
That's genius.
Yeah, it works. You ever see Peter Pan live?
Who
You're like,
are you?
"No."
That's so good.
I'm like, I don't know.
Were you
Tinker,
Smee?
tink-
Who
I
were
was
you?
one of the featured pirates.
Oh, sorry, featured. Featured
I
pirate?
was a noodler.
Oh,
That
Wow.
Christopher Walken just of his own right renamed Noodles. Noodles. And would just call me Noodles. Yeah,
that was you.
that was me.
Wow.
And they were like, "Yeah, that's it."
That's what it
So
was.
pick like if you're
Something
gonna play the
obscure.
game, if you're gonna play the game of like somebody being like, "What they got you cornered," and like, "What's your resume?" Start at the bottom and work your way up. It's more fun.
Do you still do that?
Yeah, for me, anyways. It's fun for me.
I'll mention my California dairy products commercial.
That-
Yeah.
That's a good one.
yeah, that's
I worked with
That's a
a
good one.
real cow.
Do you
That's a
like
good one.
Do you like milk?
yeah. Did you see the sweeps episode of NCIS Special Victims Unit in 2012?
Act break 3.
Yeah. Mechanic working on car.
Go to the next question, please.
From Aliyah P.
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah?
Yeah.
Aliyah has a Y in it, doesn't it?
So I guess
It
the
could
Y
be, it could be.
pronounces. Yeah.
And it's
Yeah, sorry. Have you seen the show all the way through as an adult, and has your perspective changed watching it versus filming it?
I've seen the show all the way through during the time that
Yeah.
it was airing live. However, I have not rewatched it now, being removed from it.
Yeah.
Only the episodes that I've come to the podcast to discuss. But I'm now in considering, like, I feel inspired to rewatch it because it does really change your perspective.
It does.
Especially just as like you live life and you have like your own experiences.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you know, I was like freshly 18 when I booked this, and now I'm like in my mid 20s. I
Yeah,
feel
you
like
are.
I'm like growing into more. Whereas like
Yeah.
I feel like I can finally now feel so much empathy for Rebecca,
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
entering like a new stage in my life, and
Yeah.
just so much of like the relationship I had with my mom at 16, where it was like I only really saw things from my perspective
Sure.
and could not understand why she didn't see it my way, or
yeah.
and then to realize just like she was just a woman too. Like it's her first time at life.
Yeah.
She's experiencing things for the
Yeah,
first time as well,
totally.
and she's like earnestly trying her best.
Yes.
And
Yes.
To
and
realize
always
that nobody
showing
knows
up.
what
Like
they're
my
doing.
mom has that in common with Rebecca of just like you can shut me down every time and I'll remain here with open arms and never hold it against you. And that's a blessing. Not everyone has that. So
Yeah.
definitely like me and my mom boohoo cry at all the mother-daughter episodes, but definitely watching it now is like a little bit older. And from a woman's perspective, I'm like, gosh, I have a new appreciation for Rebecca.
Oh, yeah.
Rebecca holds it down.
Yeah.
She
She
does.
does.
Do we have any
She does.
more?
You did some excellent mothering. This is an email from Bianca S. Do you wish you got to sing more on the show?
I mean, I would have loved to sing more, but I was, like I said, when I auditioned, I didn't know that I'd be singing at all. So even to
Yeah.
be able to sing
you're
at
a
all,
mom.
I was feeling very lucky.
I think everybody kind of got hoodwinked. Did you expect to be
No.
singing?
No. I don't think any of us did. Chrissy didn't either. It was
Yeah.
just
Oh.
something they sprung on all of us.
Yeah, and you guys all happen to be wonderful.
I expected to be singing
chanteusses.
And we
never,
didn't ask you.
never got to.
And they didn't give you anything.
Sorry.
I'd constantly try to slide a song in there, and they'd be like, "Yeah, we don't have the rights."
Pipe down, pipe
Yeah,
down.
but- 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 but-
Did I,
Bip, bip.
did I sing more on the show than you?
Yes.
I
Yes,
probably
you did.
did.
Wow.
Am I
Jealous.
crazy?
Calling me
Lord
jealous.
have mercy.
Aw.
That's it. And
Hannah, you are such a delight. Thank you
Thank-
so much for like finally coming in person. I
Yeah.
mean, this is such an important episode. We definitely want to have you back. There's lots more to chat with you about. And
Absolutely.
It's so lovely to have your perspective.
Where can the people follow you online? Is there anything we should know about that's going on currently in your life?
All my social medias are at Hannah Zeile XO, and honestly, not too much new to report, but that's where you can find me.
Great.
Yeah.
We love it.
And thank you so much for having me.
Yeah,
This
of
was
course.
so fun. It's so fun to reminisce and to be able to hang out with you guys.
AC, you're awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for classing this place up.
Yeah,
What are you
thank
talking
you.
about?
We need it.
If you want to reach out to us, you can send us an email at thatwasuspod@gmail.com.
Yep.
Or you can leave us a voicemail at...
You always look at me like I'm going to this
I'm
up.
hoping the answers are in your eyes.
Speakpipe.com/thatwasus
Yeah.
to leave us a voice message. It's our new emotional support hotline.
That's a website on the World Wide Web.
www.speakpipe.com.
Don't forget HTTPS.
Don't you have to type that in anymore? It's crazy.
Okay. You have to type in
It
the
just knows
www.
it.
And
Yeah.
it just knows
Your
it.
web browser knows.
Reach out. Let us know what you think, or don't.
And remember,
if
you
you
can
don't have
still
time.
grab tickets to our live show, January 17th at the Wiltern here in Los Angeles.
We
You
now
can
have
find
Hannah
tickets on
Zeile.
Ticketmaster.
I will be there
believe
singing
also.
now.
Yes.
Yep. Hannah's singing. Sterling's singing. Chris is singing.
Mandy's
I will
also
sing.
singing. Yeah, everyone's
Sure,
singing.
we're all singing.
We're all singing.
Everyone's singing. If you come to the show, you're also singing.
There you go.
Yep, we're going to have mics in the
Yeah.
audience.
Call and response. I dig it.
Yeah.
I dig it.
La la la. La 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 la.
Will you look into your camera and will you tell them the name of this podcast?
That was us.
That Was Us is filmed at Rabbit Grin Studios and produced by Rabbit Grin Productions. Music by Taylor Goldsmith and Griffin Goldsmith.
Da-da-da-dum, da-da-dum, that was us.